Also, before we do that, what are you doing today? What's on the docket? We've talked with you about your motivational ploys. You suggested a new game show. What was it? The douche game show that you talked about? Douche meter. What was that called?
I don't know. I need to find a name for it because it was like 3 strikes you're out on the douche meter. You can have one, but you can't have all three. So
Right.
yeah, douche or not, maybe that will be the title. And I can play that every day when I'm in downtown Nashville.
So, what are you going to do today before you come up with the name of this game show?
Well, since I spent most of the morning throwing up, I think I'm going to take
Ugh.
myself a nap because it was not a great morning for you, girl.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot all about that. That TV watching yesterday, that big screen that made you so sick from the comfy sofa and the large TV. My God, Chelsea, how do you do it?
I know somebody's got to do it, but backstory for people who didn't hear that. I had a terrible migraine, and I think it's because I watched too much TV and I was watching the TV too closely. Like I was very close to a very large TV, which our parents told us growing up that
Mhm.
don't watch the TV that close. It's going to hurt your eyes. And maybe my mom was right.
Well, that just goes to show mom knows what she's talking about. I got to meet with this guy today, my next door neighbor. I have to talk quietly because these walls are thin. Maybe he can hear me. But I said this last week where I get a random text. I had a water leak 5 months ago and I took care of it. No problem. He was like, all right, great. Thanks. And then I got a random text from this guy last Wednesday. I was like, hey, I also had some drywall damage from that water leak 5-6 months ago. So if you could just send me $1,100 to get it fixed, that'd be great. I was like, no, we need to talk about this. It's preposterous. So yesterday I was going through HOA bylaws and looking at articles and sections. Oh, it's absolute nonsense. So I got to deal with that later on today. But I'm like you, I'm going to take a nap first and then I can deal with that headache.
You want me to beat him up?
Yes, I do. What I'm going to do is I don't want to throw this out at the beginning. What I want to do is I want to confuse him with I'm acting in accordance with our H. God, I had to tell the worst stories. This is the most boring thing ever. I'm going to bore him with a lot of stuff, and then at the end, if things don't go well, I'll say also, if you if you're not going to agree to this, I have someone who's going to kick your ass, and she'll come after you, buddy. She'll bully you.
Yeah, I'm just going to slap him in the face and say, you know better. I'm disappointed in you. That's the mom way of doing things is physical violence followed by shaming and saying, I expected more from you. It's like the thing with like dads where they're like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, Chelsea, I love that you woke up and you chose violence. Coming up next on BetQL Daily, they will discuss the collapse on 18 by Mito Pereira and the dominant playoff by Justin Thomas, the O's and Aaron Hawksworth coming at you at the top of the hour. And if you missed our conversation with Jason Scott about tonight's Boston-Miami matchup, download and subscribe to the Daily Tip wherever you get your podcasts. Okay, Chelsea, let's find out who we have the most faith in today.
Today's best bets.
1-1 on our best bet, but it is a new week. We have a clean slate. Chelsea, I know you're going to the Diamond.
Yeah, today's best bet is going to be on the Philadelphia Phillies. Love the Phillies in this spot today on the road against the Braves. And this line has been moving all morning long, and it's going towards the Phillies. I got it at minus 125. Now it's Phillies minus 135 as we've seen some money come in on the Phillies, and I like where that's going. Looking at the Phillies, they're facing lefty Tucker Davidson of the Braves today, and the Phillies absolutely rake against left-handed pitching, top 5 in baseball in most offensive categories against lefties, including the third best OPS against left-handed pitching. And it's not like Tucker Davidson is one of those top-of-the-line lefties where these stats don't matter. He only has 2 appearances this year. And yes, he's coming off of 5 shutout in his last, but he only has 2 starts. So I'm not ready to qualify him as a great lefty that is able to break the mold here for these Philly bats. And looking at Zach Wheeler, he's in a good spot today. His strikeout prop set at 6.5. I think it's probably going to be a high strikeout day for Zach Wheeler because the Braves have the second highest strikeout rate against right-handed pitching at 25%. So all of the numbers are pointing towards the Phillies for me in this one. I'm expecting a decent day from Zach Wheeler, despite Ronald Acuna Jr. having great numbers against Zach Wheeler, 3 home runs and 28 at-bats. Still, overall, love the Phillies here. The money's moving that way. The line's moving that way. So that's going to be my best bet. Phillies, I have them at minus 125. It's minus 135 now. Still love it. Phillies best bet.
All right, Chelsea, I'm going to go hockey. As you know, I'm not crazy about this bet. The line seems a little off to me. Panthers and the Lightning. And right now we've got the Lightning on the money line at minus 120. The Panthers are even money, total set at 6.5, juice to the under. I'm just going to roll with the defending champs to pull off the sweep here until Florida shows me anything. They have been completely outclassed this entire series. And the key has been Andrei Vasilevsky between the pipes. There's a reason why Tampa Bay has hoisted the Stanley Cup for 2 consecutive seasons. They have so much offensive talent, but Vasilevsky in particular has really stepped up. Sergei Bobrovsky, conversely, has not been able to handle all that firepower that Tampa Bay possesses. Ross Colton has 5 playoff goals to lead the way, and that's not even mentioning Stamkos or Kucherov or any of the other guys on that roster. Until the Panthers show a pulse, and they have not done that, this is a very reasonable price for the better team on the money line at home. Give me Tampa minus 120 at BetMGM.
Jenks, I don't think I've ever anybody. I feel like you always say that when you're talking about like hockey and the better team.
Yep.
Like I imagine one of the teams wearing top hats or, serving caviar. like they're just outclassing them out there.
They're classier.
Just so classy.
These guys show up before the game in suits. Bow ties, not fake, not the clip-on, the real bow ties. The Panthers are showing up in sweats, athletic gear. They're not ready. I'll go with the classier team. A walking stick, maybe a monocle. I'll take a classier team any day of the week. Chelsea, where's that classy 8-ball?
Oh,
Holy crap. Magic 8-ball.
That's right, because this is a very classy show. And what classy shows do is get an 8-ball from the toy store and ask if, they're going to be tailing or fading their bets. So that's exactly what we're doing. So Magic 8-ball, I'm going to shake you up and tell me, do we like the Phillies on the money line against the Braves today? 8-ball says, reply hazy, try again. So we're going to try again. All right. My reply is no.
Oh my God. This is the first time that the 8-ball has gone against you, I think, in 6 tries, Chelsea.
I'm speechless. What is this 8-ball doing? I give it a space to live. I clean it. Mm-hmm. I don't kick it around. What else do I have to do to get a yes out of this damn 8-ball?
Do you really clean the 8-ball, or is that thing as dirty as it's been since the moment you got it?
No, I had to clean it because I spilled some blush all over my desk. So it had a pink tint to it. So I did clean it off.
Okay, I was like, where did this come from? You're cleaning the 8-ball? Something had to have happened. Chelsea, what about my pick? Give the 8-ball a shake.
All right, so Lightning minus 120 against the Panthers. As I see it, yes.
Oh, my God. You know what we learned from the 8-ball? He doesn't want your makeup. He doesn't like blush. He doesn't want to be all gussied up in the morning. He's basic. He's old school, so maybe the tide has turned for me.
No, I think he does need some blush. He's looking a little, one note, black and white. Time to add something to the mix here.
That's true. It needs a little color just to kind of brighten up a little bit. This guy's always going dark on us. If you want to watch Chelsea shake the magic 8-ball, you can. Look at this. You got to go to twitch.tv/BetQL, twitch.tv/BetQL. Chelsea is actually putting some blush on the 8-ball as we speak. Has no arms or legs. He can't move, and he's going to fade you for the next month. That was a terrible decision. You just mushed yourself, Chelsea. This should be your new avatar, by the way. You putting blush on an 8-ball.
Nothing looks classier than me using a makeup brush on a toy 8-ball.
Chelsea, you know what you're doing? You're outclassing this segment right now. You're holding up an 8-ball and putting blush on it. Very, very classy. Do you have any leans?
No. I was so busy with my blush and my 8-ball, and sniffing out my next Pulitzer that I don't have any leans. Because I would say that probably the Celtics, but that's too big of a point spread, and we have way too many question marks on that game. Because I do like the over in that one. But that is strictly a lean, and it's not one of my official plays. Just doing Phillies today.
Okay, my lean this is pretty square, but I'm going to go Yankees minus 1.5 against the Orioles. Now, we know the run lines of baseball are always a 1.5 generally, but every now and then we see a 2.5 on the board. We're seeing a 2.5 today. I'm going to bet that down, lay the juice. You got Garrett Cole on the mound for the Pinstripes. He's won his last 5 starts, only allowed 6 runs during that span. Jordan Lyles gets the start for the O's, who has dropped his last 3 starts. So alt run line, Yankees -1.5. That's -145. I expect the Yankees to bounce back after a couple of losses against the White Sox and get the win behind Garrett Cole. Let's do your BetQL 5-star best bet for insight, analysis, historical trends, and more 5-star best bets. Download the BetQL app. Oh my God. All right, Donkster, what are you up to? Chelsa, you put in the chat that I'm a chalk donkey. Don't you dare.
Jenks, you just took the Yankees over the Orioles. Like, duh.
If it's such an easy bet, why don't you make the bet? If it's a duh, if it's so simple, why aren't you making that lean? Oh, I don't have time. I don't have any other leans.
Don't we make fun of the chalk donkey every single day on this show for picking the Yankees over some god-awful team? And now you're doing it. Like father, like son.
God, you know what? I hate that you're right because I did not see this. The Donkster has the Yankees also -1.5. But here's the thing. That's -145. The Donkster also has the Yankees -330. Donkster -330. It's a mutt. What do you have to say for yourself? I didn't even look at the slate. I just bet the Yankees blindly. You moron. -330. That makes me hope I lose my lean just so the Donkster will lose.
That's the donkey's whale mega lock. Put the mortgage on it. Whale play of the day. Love it. -330. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Is that the most juice he has laid on this show? Probably in a long time. He also likes the Dodgers, Nats over 7. It's going to be a losing night for the Donkster. I can already